especially if you like eating Nigerian food, you know, and you're not used to eating English food. And hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taya, in case you're new here. Hi, thank you so much for coming to my channel to watch my video today. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you're new here and you like what you see, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I do videos about lifestyle, beauty, and I'm also now talking about coming to the UK, giving you advice, very valuable advice. So make sure you subscribe, you hit the bell so you don't miss out on my videos, which I'm uploading regularly now. One video a week. Eventually guys, I'll move to doing 2 videos a week, so watch the space. So thank you so much for my new subscribers. I really appreciate having you here, and I hope you stick around and continue to be part of this family. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about coming to the UK, what you need to bring, things to look out for, what is important, what you need to know. So we're going to be talking about childcare, talking about accommodation, and talking about things that you could bring in terms of food stuff that are very valuable that you might regret not bringing. So if that's what you want to see, please keep on watching. So guys, let's talk about bringing things into the UK. So when you come into the UK, it's really quite important that you bring some food stuff. It is really important because things are quite expensive here. I did a short video about how much I spent on pepper. You know, even everything is very expensive now guys. Things are really double. You know, when I did a video in December, those peppers were 50p each, but now they're £1. You know, and yeah, I talked about it in those 2 videos, and also in the video, and also in the shorts. I'll link them below. You can watch them. But guys, that wasn't the only thing that I bought that was expensive. A bunch of spinach was about 95p. I bought 4, you know, and so more or less, let's just say £4. You know, everything is expensive. So especially if you like eating Nigerian food, you know, and you're not used to eating English food, and really in English food, mostly chips, potato, that's their staple. Maybe Italian food, lasagna and things like that, which you probably are not going to be used to. Spaghetti, pasta, those are things that we eat anyway. So yeah, you can combine things like that with what you have. So if you like to eat African food, just bring things that are allowed, you know, because if you come in without those things and you had the allowance, you probably regret it. If you still have the cash and you're still able to afford to bring in food stuff like fish, for instance. I was going through the government website, the gov.uk website, to see what foodstuffs are allowed, you know, and I was surprised to see that you could bring in 20 kilograms of fish. Before it used to be 2 kilos, I think it was 1 or 2 kilograms of fish, but I saw that on the government website and gov.uk website. 20 kilograms of fish is a lot of fish, so you might not need that amount, you know, and really you need to check really, because I was quite surprised when I saw that. I know it used to be about between 1 and 2 kilos of fish, but meat is not allowed. You know, meat is not allowed really, so don't think about bringing meat, because they could just seize, or they have the right to now seize everything if you bring in meat. You know, they could say it's contaminated, you know, so you're entitled to fish and you know your rights. Bring in fish, you know, bring in dry fish, bring in crayfish and all that. It says you can also bring in fresh fish, gutted fish, you know, but that's I mean, I don't think you want to put fresh fish in your luggage, because it's just going to be smelling, and why would you want to do that anyway? Because there's a lot of fish here. You can easily get fish to buy fresh fish, but things like dry fish, crayfish and all that, which gives your vegetable stew, eforiru and all those things, all those lovely soups that we like to cook, you know, our Nigerian cuisines, you know, we really know how to go about making all this. And guys, you don't need to put in so many different types of fish. I watched some of these videos on cooking, and I just wonder, you don't really need to put in 1 million types of fish in one pot of stew for it to taste nice. You know, you can put crayfish and then different types of crayfish, and that's it, you know, and maybe stockfish. Stockfish is here as well. You know, that probably will be cheaper than bringing it back from Nigeria. I know that people have bought stockfish from here and taken to Nigeria to have parties, you know. But yeah, I buy it here because I just put a little bit in my vegetable, you know, and all that, just to give it that flavor, you know. So yeah, guys, so that's enough about fish and all that. But yeah, that's one thing you can think of bringing, because it really does make a difference. As I said before, don't bring in meat. You can bring in milk products as well. I'll list everything on the Gov website so that you can see it. Also, you can bring in foodstuff like gari, bring in foodstuffs like elbo, amala, you know, bring in things like maybe dry okra, dry vegetables that you want to use. Just something that you know that you can easily get, something that you can easily just put together to get maybe something that you're used to before you get used to where to buy things like that in the UK. They have them here, but they're expensive. And if you're coming in, you're trying to settle down, you're settling down your accommodation, you're settling down maybe childcare, you know, that's another thing that is really expensive. You're trying to settle down, settle with how you're going to pay. Maybe your landlord might ask for 6 months rent and all that. You probably don't want to start looking around for maybe what to eat, you know, yet, you know, because obviously wherever you go, there will always be a fridge you can store. So that's what I'm saying, there's no point bringing in too many. I mean, 20 kilograms of fish would be a lot, you know. But if you're coming with maybe dependents, your family, then maybe you could bring in quite a bit that could last. So those are some of the things you can bring in. Yeah, so it's really quite important that you think about how you're going to survive for the first few months. Plan it, write it down, get a journal. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is how much we have. This is how much we have on accommodation. And then if you're going to come in and stay with people for a short period of time before you now find your accommodation, it will just be cautious also to maybe just buy them something like fish as well or something, and just give them, you know, if you are able to, you know, just to appreciate them. Obviously, you staying with people, maybe a family of 4 staying with people, you probably won't be able to stay with them for more than a few weeks, except they are very, very rich, you know, because everybody here is struggling to survive. Not that things are difficult to the extent that you can't leave, but you probably don't have that extra income to accommodate a family of maybe 4 for more than maybe a month, you know. And even a month, some people might not even be able to do that, you know. So anyway, guys, that's just one tip on food, you know, and what you can do. Another thing that I want to talk about is childcare. Coming to the UK, and if you're bringing in your children and you're coming with 2 or 3 children of school age or babies, depending, it's quite important to think ahead about childcare. It might be better for maybe one person to work while the other person stays at home and looks after the children until they settle down. You find a school and you have a routine. Most schools here, they finish around 3 p.m. or 3:30. So if you can find a school where the children, depending on if they have school age, and then you find a school where they can be going, then you know that, okay, between maybe 9 and maybe 3, you have 6 hours to do something. So maybe look for a job that you can do during that time, or you do something online, you know, if you're dependent, and then while the other person goes to school, university, or whichever route you've come in through, maybe care, wherever. But it needs to be planned, because some of these things affect marriages a lot. There are lots of marriages that tend to break down in the UK because people come in expecting a fairy tale kind of thing, and then they're just shocked. The whole system is not what they expected, you know, and all that. I've heard about people that have had to go back, you know, because they didn't expect this. They couldn't afford accommodation. They couldn't find anywhere to stay. They couldn't afford to put down maybe 4 or 5 months rent, and the landlords, they actually desire this. And I don't really blame landlords, because people have really done things to landlords that has made them feel that, okay, we need to have this 4 or 5 months or 6 months rent, because some people might just live there, not pay. The landlords, probably that house is not yet paid for, they are paying a mortgage on it, and they are using your rent that you are paying to pay their mortgage, you know. So if you are not giving them the rent, then how are they going to be able to afford to pay their mortgage? So I don't really blame landlords if they say they want at least 5 or 6 months rent, you know, if you're staying if you're renting a place there. Yeah, so those are some of the things you need to consider. So guys, we've talked about food, we've talked about childcare, accommodation, everything together. So guys, yeah, I just want to be talking to you more, telling you more about these things in any way I can help, you know. So if there are any other questions that you have, you know, when you're coming, make sure, if possible, try and find out where you're going to be staying before you come. It's better to maybe get accommodation in a place that is not too expensive. London is very expensive. You know, rent could be almost 1.5 times the amount that you'd pay if you go up, if you compare to somewhere up north, like maybe Manchester, Huddersfield, all those places. You know, it's cheaper there. You know, so yeah. So guys, think about all these things. Don't just say, oh, it has to be London, it has to be London. I don't know anybody in all those other places. These places that you know people, you might not even really see them because everybody here is busy. Everybody's trying to make ends meet, so they might even be walking around the clock. You might not even see them. So it's better to just plan. And as I said, have a journal, watch videos, and listen to people's experiences. And don't just say, oh, well, if it was that bad, why are they still here, which is one thing many people are saying. But yeah, I think we're just all just trying to just let people know what it's like, you know, so you can really make an informed decision and not just put all your eggs in one basket and then come here and regret, you know. And well, so many people are selling their properties to come here. I don't really know if that's wise, to be honest, but if that's the only way you can do it, well, so good. Anyway guys, that's just what I want to talk about now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you do, please give me a like. Don't forget to like, and also please subscribe to my channel. That will encourage me to keep doing videos.